Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Hello and good Saturday evening, folks. Thank you so much for tuning into the Q2 Weekend News. I'm Dustin Klemann. We begin tonight with President Donald Trump, who has triggered a war of words with some of the nation's top athletes. The dust-up began with his comments about the NFL and have now snowballed from there. Seth Lemon has the latest.
President Trump used a political rally in Alabama to punt a challenge to the National Football League.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a off the field right now, out, he's fired.
The president was referring to former 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick and several other NFL players who have knelt, sat, or raised fists during the national anthem to protest the killings of African Americans at the hands of police.
That's a total disrespect of everything that we stand for.
Here at NFL headquarters, executives were listening. Commissioner Roger Goodell responded with a statement.
Divisive comments like these demonstrate an unfortunate lack of respect for the NFL, our great game, and all of our players, Goodell said. The president doubled down on his critiques Saturday morning and went on the attack against an NBA champion, tweeting, "Going to the White House is considered a great honor for a championship team. Stephen Curry is hesitating, therefore, invitation is withdrawn." Basketball stars quickly came to Curry's defense, including Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Chris Paul, who tweeted, "With everything that's going on in our country, why are you focused on who's kneeling?" In a statement Saturday, the Warriors said they would not visit the White House. "We accept that President Trump has made it clear that we are not invited." Seth Lemon for CBS News, New York.
The Warriors say instead of visiting the White House, they'll use their trip to D.C. in February to celebrate equality, diversity, and inclusion. Coming back to our own state, coming off a devastating wildfire season, Congressman Greg Gianforte was in Columbia Falls this week making a push for forest management. Gianforte visited the Stoltz Land and Lumber Company in Columbia Falls. He praised the lumber company for creating jobs, livelihood in the community, and healthier forests for more than 100 years. His visit is part of the Forest Jobs Tour that began last week in Helena to, quote, shine a light on the devastation that occurred this year across the state due to destructive wildfires. He says it's important to manage forests, which is why he has sponsored the Resilient Federal Forest Acts. Now, the bill allows for the reduction of fuels in the forest, which Gianforte says will create healthier forests, more wildlife, and sporting opportunities, as well as jobs in the timber industry. Also, a reduction in intensity and frequency of wildfires.
I'm very pleased to be sponsoring this legislation with Bruce Westerman from Arkansas. He's a forester. He understands these issues. And through talking about the disaster we had this past summer, we're raising awareness. Now is the time to act on forest management.
So far on his tour, Gianforte has made stops in Bozeman, Missoula, and Miles City. Tonight, Q2, in partnership with the MTN stations across Montana, will bring you a special report looking back at the catastrophic wildfire season that impacted the state from west to the east. MTN News' Jill Valley spoke with Governor Steve Bullock on a variety of hot topics. She asked him how he plans for the state to pay for the most expensive fire season on record.
What we do to finance that right now is take some emergency funds, borrow from the next year for Department of Natural Resources and Conservation. But we'll get that taken care of. I mean, because that can't be when we have over 5,000 firefighters out even today, structures threatened, so many issues out there. It can't be about, can we afford it? Heck yeah, we can afford it.
Coming up at 6 p.m., right after the newscast, KTVQ and the Montana Television Network present Montana Wildfire Relief. It's a look back at the summer we won't soon forget. You'll hear more from Governor Bullock. You'll also find out how you can help those affected. Join us on air, or you can watch online at ktvq.com. Tragedy into triumph. That's part of the message from Sergeant First Class Dana Bowman on Saturday Live this morning. Weather kept from Bowman from parachuting into Dela Stadium, but his American flag was still part of the celebration. Treasure State Sound sang the national anthem while students from Arrowhead Elementary School held the 2,000 square foot flag from Sergeant Bowman. He lost both of his legs in a parachuting accident while training with the Golden Knights in Yuma, Arizona back in 1994. Bowman has parachuted more than 4,000 times since that accident. He travels around the country to teach and encourage children.
Believe in what we believe in, and maybe bring some of the old ways back about yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. It's important. I know we all love it. I love it when kids are very respectful. You know, I told the students yesterday about change, and this has a lot to do with our elder and our moms and dads that are here too. If you're willing, accepting of a change, and you have a great attitude, you can accomplish anything.
We have the national anthem and really celebrate the pride that we have in our country and the people who fought for it, as well as celebrate our children who are the future of our country as well. So it was something that typically we get to see and take part when Sergeant Bowman joins us.
Despite the rain, it was a successful Saturday live for Billings Public Schools. Sergeant Bowman did announce that he will issue a rain check and come back to Billings to perform the skydive. We look forward to it. Families coming together today for each other at the annual fundraiser for muscular dystrophy research. For the first time in 2 decades, the Muscle Walk was held at Zoo, Montana. The monies raised helps patients, goes to research, and helps send kids to Muscular Dystrophy Association summer camps. The walk is also a great source of support for local and regional families.
It's a really devastating diagnosis to get for a family, so it's really important that they have a support and a network that they can rely on, and events like this, the Muscle Walk, is something that brings them together to do that.
The Muscle Walk of Montana is one of several across the country for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Still ahead on Q2 News, the life expectancy in the U.S. is rising, but something is holding it back. We'll tell you in medical news next. And later in sports, the Cats aim for their first win of the season at the preseason Big Sky Favorites. Highlights from North Dakota on the way, and in the Weather Center, where it was a regular day, it seemed like, Rob. I liked it today.
Well, it's a regular day for later on in the fall, because our typically warm, sunny, early fall weather, it hasn't gotten here yet. We're still sort of stuck in our late summer, winter pattern, if that makes any sense. How long does the drizzle stick around? Well, the details are complete with the Q2 Storm Tracker forecast in just a little bit.
You're watching MTN News with Dustin Klemann, Storm Tracker weather with Rob Griggs, and sports with Casey Conlon. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.